Hi, Mark here from the Tangent-Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent-Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent-Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent-Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Hello, and welcome to the Moving the Needle podcast, where we ask, what moves you? Excellent or bogus? Did anyone do the right thing? Do you mess with the Zohan? With me tonight to discuss Do the Right Thing, Rocky vs. Creed, childhood, guilty pleasures, a test of time, you don't mess with the Zohan, once upon a time in Hollywood. With me tonight is Stephanie.
Hello.
Roy. Hello. And Henno. Yo, we want to thank you for listening on iTunes. We're also available on Spotify, just about everywhere you can find podcasts. We are, so come on now, Google Let Play. Us know. Email us at mtnpodcast@gmail.com or on facebook.com/mtnpod. Twitter and tweet us at mtnpod. There's so many ways to find us.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a spurner. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language episode 450.
Oh my God, episode 450. It's the 450th podcast on the network.
That's pretty accurate.
Also the sexiest.
Yes, also accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I gotta tell you, man, you know, obviously, you know, for anyone listening, we're gonna be, you know, like most things, this episode's probably gonna be pretty heavy on, you know, coronavirus stuff, but it's not gonna be like us just sitting here telling you facts, because if you're looking for facts, you came to the wrong place.
The wrong ass podcast.
What we're going to do is just be stupid, and talk about some stupidity and whatever, and like
don't forget more stupid shit.
More stupid shit. So yeah.
It's okay to.
Yeah.
I like the stupid shit.
Yeah. Me too. And we certainly need it right now. I mean, man, this people be crazy.
In a world.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I know, right? People, you are 100% correct, Brian. People be crazy.
I gotta tell you, as a person who sweats easy and
Yeah.
always has either a runny nose or a slight cough because of sinuses draining, I'm a little afraid to go out there. Not because of getting sick, but because more of like people freaking out, maybe kicking my ass.
You don't say patient zero.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the last time I was in Kroger, I'm walking around and I chose the wrong coat. It was warmer out than I thought. I wore my winter coat. I'm sweating like a maniac. I'm walking around the store. I'm, of course, into my elbow as we're supposed to. And because I'm not a fucking savage. And I got so many looks. And, and I'm like, yeah, if society devolves just a little bit, I'm going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Because people think I'm out infecting people, and it isn't that at all, Because trust me, I wouldn't wish my sinus issues or my easy sweating on anybody.
Yeah, fair enough.
So.
Why? I mean, today after work, I went to a little store called Target.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had to pick up a couple odds and ends,
Mm-hmm.
And, well, one, it was the first time I've been to a store that, like, everybody goes to. Because, you and I were talking off the air. I was doing some weird shopping.
Yeah.
But,
that is so broad,
I know. Well, I'm sure we'll touch on it a little later. But,
phrasing. Yeah. Sorry.
Phrasing.
Sorry, I was just watching Archer last night, so yeah.
That's all right.
Space phrasing.
Well, one, it's this first one I've been into that I was like, whoa, these are clearly picked over, like, no, empty shelves, empty freezers. It looked bizarre.
Out of curiosity, which one did you go to? Sorry,
the one
folks.
on Monroe Street.
Right, the busiest one in the area. Okay,
yeah, for sure.
That's why I was curious, because I have a story about the one over here. So,
but but when I was leaving, there's this woman that she handed off a cart to someone, and the lady must have said something like, it's a good thing you're not sick, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the very beginning of the conversation. I just heard what the lady said. Mm. She's just like, oh, I think I had it a week and a half ago, so I'm pretty much safe now. And the lady that had the cart was just like, what?
Oh, man, that's terrible.
It's like, what is wrong with
why
people,
would you?
man?
Okay, first of all, why would you even say that? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, Jesus. Like, because if someone was saying that to me as they were pushing a cart toward me, I would just be like...
Oh, she already had a cart in hand.
Oh, that's no good. All right.
It was like the pass off, and then she was like, oh, I think I already had it like a week and a half ago, but I think I'm just going to be safe. It's like, man, this is how you get beat down in a parking lot, you old dummy.
You were not incorrect, sir. That's
That's how you get, like that gift that was going around the internets earlier this week, where, it was the corona in Texas when someone's coughing and everyone just pulls guns and shoots them and the Lysol's the air and gets back to what they're doing.
Yeah. Right? Oh, man.
Yeah. The corona.
Yeah. Yeah. I was telling you already, I mean, I'm going to tell a little more. Like, I went to the Target over here a few nights ago, and, we went fairly close to close, and it was really not big. I mean, there's maybe 10 people in the store aside from us, right. That weren't employees. And we were just walking around the store, and right up by the front, like I was telling you, they had a bunch of the, like, save the planet type, stuff, like hand cleaner, wipes, toilet paper, like they had the whole gimmick up there. And they had a decent, and not a lot, but a decent enough amount that I was just kind of laughing, because when you walk around the rest of the store, there's no hand sanitizer, there's no toilet paper, there's no wipes anywhere,
right?
But these are sitting right up by the front, and I'm like, wow, that's how picky people are, Like right now, if I had to pay, $1 more for toilet paper, I'd be like, okay, like, desperate times, right?
Desperate times.
Now, normally, I wouldn't bother with that stuff, but, But it was weird walking around Target because, like, down their aisles, they still had some bread. They had 0 regular water. They had flavored waters, like that hint water, that kind of stuff. And they had, there was the hippie distilled water up front. And then there was basically in their coolers, there was a ton of Aquafina because, gross. But,
I mean, yeah.
In fairness, there was Dasani too, but, same comment. So,
yeah.
Bleh.
You like water that kind of burns your throat a little bit in a non-Corona way?
Yeah. Now, I do know if people, I do wonder if people understand that to stay hydrated, you can, as long as it's basically, a liquid that's not going to kill you, you get hydration from it,
Right.
Now, obviously, caffeinated ones kind of are counterproductive, but they had all sorts of beers. I mean,
duh. How are we supposed to survive? How are you supposed to get your minerals and iron
right
through a nice classic stout?
Exactly. But no, they had a lot of pop. They still had some juice. They had a ton of, beer, which, like I said, may not be ideal, but also, I mean, hell, if you're going to be home quarantined, why not? Why not pick up a few?
They had, Brian?
Few packs of all days.
Fucking bags of ice. You can melt that shit down.
That's true too. But they had their chip aisle barely had been touched. They had all sorts of like beef jerky, nuts, Pringles, candy, any of that stuff. They had tons of it, right? And I was just like, wow, this place is really not that picked over. They're frozen. They only have, at that one, they only have like small frozen coolers. There was no milk, there was none of that kind of stuff. But it was like, again, desperate times, right? If you really need food, there's plenty of stuff to be had out there.
I mean, my favorite is like you go up the friggin' like the ramen aisle. Cleared out.
Yeah.
Like, you people are you go to real food though, and there's tons of it.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, my brother went to the same Target you went to. My grandma wanted some baked beans. So anyway, I
mean, like you do.
Right. In times of crisis, or if you're a cowboy.
Yeah, I was just saying. I know in my times of crisis, I definitely want intestinal distress.
Yeah. Well, I put on my
down on the crisis.
Right. That helps with the toilet paper issue, right? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Nope. I put on my Rorschach cosplay and just eat cans of beans. So, as you do when you're isolated.
As you do when you're isolated.
But what was funny was they were completely out of all the canned beans except the vegetarian baked beans. He said they had like 8 cans of those.
Well, no one wants. What are you going to do? Put tofu bacon in there to give that smoky, distressed flavor or whatever?
No, I've had those beans because I bought them on accident one time.
You should have just returned them. You should have just thrown them at the plate glass window.
I was just going to say return them through the window. Yeah. No, I mean, we had them. And that's the thing is when you eat them, you're like, wow, there's no, like, you can tell these weren't made with bacon or, some sort of pork meat,
Yeah.
But otherwise, they're fine.
I imagine when you pulled it out of the old grocery sack.
Oh, yeah. Well, my first thought was, well, they can't be that bad. And then I was like, wait, that means they were made without meat products. They got to be terrible because, I mean.
McClunky.
Exactly. McClunky brand beans. No meat.
So McClunky.
Oh, man. So, yeah, it was.
I don't even know why they would make those. They should just be like, sorry, vegetarians, you don't eat baked beans. I don't know what to tell you.
That's kind of harsh.
These are not for you.
As a keto person, I feel like you should be more respecting of limited diet.
I don't eat baked beans anyway as a keto person.
No. I'm just saying that.
Plus they're legumes. Fuck that.
I'm just saying because, if something has a carb in it, you're not going to have it. So,
I mean, I'm straight off the path.
Yeah.
But, Brian, it's funny you mentioned that on my list here today. Whoop, whoop. I'm hopping back on the keto train.
Oh, God.
Except for my cheat days, which I'll get nutty.
Well, here's what's funny. I made a comment to my mom yesterday. This is one of the first times I've really, I'm appreciative of people with restricted diets, because in these kind of times, how many recipes are there out there for basically, here's how to MacGyver bread, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
So if bread, and don't get me wrong, I am very much of the mentality that at some point this shit's going to level out. You know, people finally have enough and realize they don't have to keep going and hoarding. And I hope.
Granted, I've put spikes and skulls on my Jeep just in case.
Oh, I understand. I've been digging a moat around the house, so I get you.
You should see the dude I've chained to the hood right now.
I assume he has the virus.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to drive around in a Bubble Boy suit and infect everybody if it comes to the end times.
That makes sense. Wow, that's harsh. But, you know, I was telling my mom, you know, yesterday, I was like, you know, if we have to, there's a variety of ways to make bread that are, you know, keto or just making your own bread, you know, because there was certainly plenty of yeast at the store when I was there.
Yeah, I guarantee you go up the baking aisle and it's packed. People aren't like, you know what I'm going to do during this quarantine? I'm going to make cupcakes.
I've actually heard of some stores out of flour, so, you know.
I guess that kind of makes sense because, you know, you can start massive fires with it.
Also that, yeah. Wait. But, you know, anyway, so I'm glad that, you know, there's potentially these other options out there. So, you know, since people are being stupid, you know, like the first night I went to Kroger when they said Ohio got its first case, right? I go to Kroger that night and I'm looking around, and it was amazing to me how there was basically not a very few disinfecting wipes around, but there were bottles of bleach and multiple packages of paper towels in the store.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah. And, you know, I was just like, gee, and there was rubbing alcohol, you know, and stuff like that. So it was like,
well, that's for drinking.
Yeah. Well, I know that's what I was getting at.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah. So it's really funny to me when I've seen some of the pictures from stores, like, because I always want to know, like, in any times of crisis, whether it's the hurricanes or this kind of thing, like, what do people buy versus what do people leave on the shelves? You know, and that's why the vegetarian beans thing cracked me up, because it's like they're still food. You know, They're not ideal food, but they're still food. And
they're like, even in this time of crisis, we're not stooping this low. Keep walking, Margaret.
Yeah, and that's why the toilet paper and stuff at Target was making me laugh, because it's like there's not one piece of toilet paper over on the shelves, but there's multiple.
Here's my thing, Brian.
Yeah.
If I'm in the toilet paper aisle, granted, I'm not insane, so I'm not buying, you know, 2 years worth of toilet paper in one day because of the crisis that's about to happen.
Right.
But if I'm like, man, I could use some toilet paper, and I walk down the aisle and I see single ply, I'm like, you know, I got like 30 shop rags that are clean.
I mentioned that to somebody, actually, that, you know, I was like, worst case scenario, there's plenty of packs of underwear in the stores.
Yeah, just whatever.
Just go back to a simpler
adult
time.
Diapers?
Well, people have been buying those too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's why I said people are just freaking out over this stuff.
We are fully prepared for the toilet paper crisis in this household, Brian.
Yeah.
Because you know what arrived via Amazon yesterday that I did not buy?
What? I mean, toilet paper, I'm assuming, or a bidet?
Oh. Yes.
Really?
A clip-on bidet situation.
Nice. See, what did I talk about last episode? Did I or did I not advocate for bidets in that?
Yep. So I installed it yesterday, which was interesting, and I tell you, it's quite a surprise.
Right.
I've only had a chance to utilize it once, and that'll wake you up in the morning.
Right. And you didn't even have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah. Well, once in a while, you just need a refreshing spritz in the ass, you know?
Yeah, if I turn it this way, it hoses down my balls. Perfect.
I saw one yesterday that's got two nozzles on it, and one says for the back, and one is basically for the front. You know, for women is more so what it's for. But I was like, so if a guy hits that, you're gonna just spray the hell out of your balls, right?
I mean, I haven't attempted the feminine twist yet
because
it's ours.
You might be missing out.
I might be. It could be amazing.
Nice ball tickling experience after a fresh shit. Yeah.
Cold water. That's the problem.
Well, there's your mistake. They do have ones where you can get warm water.
That's what I said. I'm like, they have warming ones. Why'd you get this one? She's like, the reviews I read said it didn't really matter. I'm like,
I'm sure it matters.
Right.
Here's the thing. In the summer, it might be nice and refreshing.
In the summer, right after work,
right?
Like probably an inch and a half of grime built up.
Right, and
that'll be goddamn amazing. It'll be like shearing a sheep with a pressure washer.
I was just gonna say it'll be like power washing your grundle. So yeah,
it'll be amazing.
But in the winter in Michigan / Ohio, oh boy, you are not gonna like that.
No.
That will wake you right up.
That's going to be like diving into an ice lake. It's going to build up my cold shock proteins.
Yeah.
It's probably super good for you.
Yeah. I did see there's been a lot of bidet sales because of this.
It's funny you mentioned that because the reason she bought it, she was at work and she was kind of like goofing around for coworkers, like, oh yeah, and she added to her like wish list, and then she got a notification that there was only 4 left. So she started looking and they were like everything was sold out. So she's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy it.
Yeah, right. I'll tell you what. In all seriousness, at some point here, I'm definitely gonna get one because of this silliness. Now, again, I was raised in a household where because of money issues, we generally, when we had the money, we would always buy one extra like giganto pack of toilet paper and stuff. So, you know, we've got a couple, you know, we have one that we're like, you know, currently into, and then we've got one more, and that's what we have, you know, so.
Right.
And I could have gotten more. When I went to Kroger that night, I could have bought like 6 of them, or 5 of them. I'm sorry, they had a limit, but you know, I was like, I'm not going to do that because we don't, like I told you, you know, we had horrific flu here for like 3 weeks and we didn't even go through one. So, you know, I think we'll be okay. And if not, we got a lot of paper towels and rags and shower heads and whatever, a cat, you know, like I said, whatever you need, you know.
Cats wash. They wash themselves.
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
self-cleaning.
Right? Or like I tweeted out the other day, if you're running low on toilet paper, go visit Nana and grab all them doilies. You know?
That'll learn her. Way to knit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, knit me a textured ass wipe. Thank you.
Right? They wash, you know?
Wash. Yeah.
And then after all this is through, you can just burn them.
So I kind of felt like almost like I was contributing to the problem yesterday, though.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in our area, in the lovely state of Ohio, they put out the whole thing that's like, hey, bars and restaurants, they're closing at 9 tonight.
Yeah, and that's pretty much, I was going to say, it seems like that's becoming the norm around the country, so, yeah.
Well, so, like, we looked at each other and we're like, this is going to be, like, the last time we can go out, and we're jumping on the keto train tomorrow. Whoop, whoop. But,
God. Yeah.
Right, I should have had a train noise.
No,
ready.
You shouldn't.
I know, Brian, you think this, right?
You make me sad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But told you I was gonna put that on soundboard.
I think you should just go jump aboard a prison train.
But so we're like, fuck it, and you know, she's like, well, let's take the Jeep out 'cause it was a nice day. I'm like, yeah, all right, let's do that. And we ended up going to a little Stubborn Brothers action. And when we walked in, it was pretty dead.
Yeah.
But when we left, it was packed.
Because people realized it was going to be the last chance at it, probably.
And talking to the bartender, he's like, you know, when they made this announcement, I called half my staff and told them not to come in. And he's like, I'm kind of regretting it now.
I'm shaking my head because it doesn't, it feels like when people feel like this is the last chance they're going to get at something, people panic. You know, that's human nature. So
that's exactly what we were like. I was like, you know what? I'm like, let's get some garlic knots. We ended up getting a slice, and I had a beer, and it was a lovely little time there. And then that was it. You know?
Yep.
But there's one thing I am going to put out there since we're talking the Corona and we're talking that is that at least in our area, everyone's still doing delivery and takeout.
Yes.
For sure, if you live in your city, eat at your local establishments. Yeah. Because this is going to hurt them so bad.
Yeah. And it's going to suck for everybody. I mean, there's no way around it.
I feel terrible for people in the service, like waitresses. I feel horrible for.
Well, I saw what they were talking. They had a thing on the news yesterday. They were talking about one of the restaurants, basically, everybody was being converted to hourly. And the woman was like, yeah, this really sucks because she's like, I can't make hourly what I can make on tips, you know? And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, but right now, you'd make
Yeah, would you
zero.
rather make hourly or nothing?
Yeah, well, you'd still make hourly, but it would be what,
Oh, yeah,
$3
like
an hour,
$2.30, whatever it
$2.30,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, like
So-
like 3 nickels and then a button off a coat.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's why I say it sucks, but you're right. It's like, if you're thinking, hey, let's get, you know, fast
Yeah,
food
well-
tonight or something, it's like, try to, you know, maybe grab something from a local joint instead.
Yeah, it's like, hey, let's yeah, I'm really feeling tacos. Like, don't go to like
Taco Bell.
Chi-Chi's or whatever,
Yeah.
Taco Bell. You know, go to your local taco place and
Yeah.
order takeout, or your local. Yeah, please, I implore people.
Yeah. Because that keeps,
Because
that generally keeps the money
Applebee's
in here twice.
Applebee's is going to take a hit. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
Mom and Pop's diner up the road, they might be fucked.
Yeah. And there's going to be a lot of small businesses probably shutting down.
Yeah, it really makes me
Because
sad.
I can't imagine.
As former
Yeah.
owner of a small business,
Exactly.
Salty Language Podcast, makes me sad.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You make me sad.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine, like, if, you know, because if we were still in business right now, I would probably be like, I think we should fold it. Because I can't imagine, there, you know, we wouldn't make, the only way we could do it would be to do basically drive-through comics.
Yeah, oh yeah, which we could do.
But you can't do magic that way. And that
No.
was our, you know, breadwinner.
Bread
So,
and
yeah, we would have been boned for sure. Like most people are here. So it's, you know what is one of the really interesting things to me about this whole scenario is, it's weird how, for a lot of people, you know, they're like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, you know, the self-quarantine and all this kind of stuff, you know, and people like me, of course, are like, meh, you know, because, I mean, I'm agoraphobic. I've been doing this a long time. And that I'm just not really a go out all the kind of person anyway. But
Right.
it's interesting how things have kind of turned a little bit in that normally it would be, hey, make sure you check on your introvert friends all the time to make sure they're doing okay. But like right now, it's like extroverted people need that contact. They, you know, they're so dependent on it and used to it that this is going to really mess with, I mean, don't get me wrong. Introverts still are going to need people to check on them because isolating when you're already isolated can be bad news, you know?
Right.
Especially if anyone, like if you know somebody with an anxiety disorders to where all they're doing maybe is sitting at home watching the news and freaking out, you know?
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
But your or extroverted friends too, you know, I was listening to, the Happiness Lab last night and, she had a conversation with a guy who was talking about what he's doing is him and his friends, they all have kids around the same age. So they're basically buying their kids, similar like board games and coloring books and stuff, and then basically using technology to basically Skype them together so that they can still have air quote play dates, you know?
I mean, that's not a bad move at all.
Because they can play board games. If they all have the same board game, you can basically set it up,
Right.
you know, to some extent. And they're all little kids, so they're not, you know, they're not real intricate board games. You know, it's like Candyland or some bullshit, you know? So,
Loser kids.
yeah.
Playing candy.
Yeah. Like your
FaceTime
2-year-old.
me, I'll smoke you.
Yeah. But he mentioned, you know, adults doing the same thing, like, or everyone watching a movie and then jumping onto Skype and talking about the movie, kind of like book clubs, that kind of concept. And, you know, he's like, I think we're just going to have to get creative with how we're doing this stuff to make sure we're all still getting our human connection a little bit. He said, even though we can't get the physical connection of a hug or anything right now, you know.
Yeah,
I thought that was
this
good
is
advice.
why I should have had you come over to update all the Call of Duty.
Yeah, I know, right?
God damn
I
it.
know. Sad.
Could have shot people in the face
I know.
as a team.
If it makes you feel any better, I was shooting people in the face in Grand Theft Auto last night.
Oh, fair enough.
So,
Yeah, which, by the way, just out of curiosity, I checked my hard drive. You know, you want to know how much space Call of Duty's taking up on my hard drive right now?
total space?
Yeah, total space.
No clue. So,
Just throw a number out. don't.
well, let's see. 250 gigs.
Oh, well, that's pretty good. 170.
Okay. Because I was thinking it was 100 off the the like right away basically, or 90 to 100 for that first download and whatever. So yeah, shot high, but all right.
Yeah.
That's a lot though.
Looney Tunes.
That is a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
especially with the Battle Royale mode they just added.
Yeah, is that an optional download?
No.
Because I don't give two shits about Battle Royale. I don't like playing Battle Royale.
I played it once.
Yeah.
And I was just confused.
Yeah, it's not my bag.
Because I mean, we're going to get off Corona for a second. I'm sure we'll go back to it.
Right.
But the Battle Royale in here I like because it's squad based. Your dudes can revive you.
Mm.
But it was weird because like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
I parachuted into the wrong place. I got killed immediately.
Well, I've heard there's a lot of like shitty things like that where people are finding tricks to kill people before they can even have a chance at anything.
Oh, that's exactly. I landed. I'm like, ooh, and I got killed. But then when you get killed, you wake up in a prison cell.
Okay.
And then it says like, at the gulag, and then like the gate opens, and then it's like you 1v1ing somebody in the gulag, and you have like shanks or pistols or something.
Okay.
And then that guy killed me. And then it was like, your team can revive you.
So if you killed him, does that can you come back?
I assume I get back out in the game.
All right.
So I mean, I haven't I've played stupid Fortnite. I've played other Battle Royale games. I played the one that was on Black Ops 4. I was like, they're all just kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't, to be fair, given it a fair shake yet.
Yeah. I just don't typically. That's just that game mode. Just in general is just not my bag. If I have to download it, I'll probably give it a go. Because if it was optional, I'd just be like, nah, because it's just extra hard drive space I'll barely use, basically. Which they really should have made that.
If you own the game, it's just like it just downloads.
It should have been an optional download. They really should have figured out. I don't know how, but they should have figured something out on that. Because, every one of these giant games coming out, takes up so much space on its own now, and it already sucks a lot.
I need an external hard drive.
I'm glad I have one. I was actually looking at my Xbox because Phantasy Star Online is going live very soon, and I want to play that. And I have it downloaded because I was part of the beta for it. And what sucked was I couldn't get connected the time of the beta.
Oh, right.
And because there's something happened, it went down for like one night. I didn't know they extended it. Otherwise, I could have tried again. But anyway, but it's like I looked at my Xbox hard drive and I'm like, ooh, I've only got like not much space left on here. It's like I'm gonna have to delete some stuff because it's getting full, or I'm gonna have to get an external,
Yeah.
or both. So yeah. But yeah, it's a big concern. I hope, I don't know. I wish they had some way of fixing it that's a better solution. On the upside, hard drives are getting enormous and they're not expensive anymore. You can get like 3 terabyte hard drives now for not much,
For sure, right?
So at least there's that. The hard drive technology is kind of caught up, but then who knows for the next gen, So
yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. I saw Xbox released a whole bunch of finally released all the stat stuff basically for the new system.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I forgot what game it was. There was one game that they talked about how the load screens usually are about a minute almost, and the new system cuts it down to like 8 seconds.
Oh, wow.
That's a huge cut.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so that'll be nice,
Yeah, for sure, right?
Because, one of the parts that really sucks about games sometimes is that whole like do during load screens,
Yeah,
like,
especially like when you fire up Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, right.
Sit there for like 10 minutes watching just still shots of
just for it to load. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god. So yeah.
What I think would be great is if they gave you just some sort of mini game you could play while it was loading.
Yeah, well, usually what I do is when there's a load screen like Grand Theft Auto, when it's loading up, I got my phone up and I'm doing that match wrestling game that I play.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because it's like, whatever. Or I'll just jump on Twitter for a minute or whatever to pass the time. But whatever.
Whatever, Trevor.
I saw one of the things I think is really cool going on right now is all the stuff that's popping up that is people going, okay, kids are going to be home from school. I saw like today, our pal Diggity posted a thing that Scholastic is going to have a bunch of books and stuff available online.
That's just cool. Yeah.
So that kids can jump in there. I saw there's like some zoos and stuff are doing like virtual safaris, and stuff like, it's like, I like that, some of these places are doing some of this. One of the Metropolitan Opera, I think it is streaming shows online.
Oh, that's kind of dope.
It's like, I like that people are kind of finding these other things to kind of like, hey, we still want you to be able to have experiences. And also, like I know a lot of people are freaking out because their kids are going to be home for all that time, which I don't know, man. I guess, look, everyone knows I don't have kids, but it's still the idea. It's like, it's so weird to me how I get the concerns for like, hey, I have to work, so daycare, like those kind of concerns I totally get. But the one of just having your kids home, it's like, well, you're a parent though. I mean,
yeah,
that's the job. Sorry.
I would absolutely love to have my kids just be home all the time
for 3 weeks. Yeah. And then get the hell out of my face.
Great.
Yeah. No. It's weird though. I've seen so many people freaking out about it. But like I was telling my mom, somebody she knows posted on their Facebook, like, what am I supposed to do with my 4 kids? And I was like, wow, it's funny. I grabbed this crazy phone thing. And I went to this, I don't know if you've heard of this site called Google. Like,
oh, wait, what?
Apparently,
is this new?
You can type things in and then it's like a search thing. I don't even know what they call it.
Well, you mean Ask Jeeves?
No. Better than that.
Ask Jeeves has a bow tie, my friend.
Google has 2 O's in the word, so they could theoretically have multiple monocles. They could be double monocle fancy, my friend.
Well, that's all. Never mind. I'm Google for life now.
By the way, that's an old callback.
Yeah, it is.
So anyway, so I just typed in activities for kids or at home or something like that. And I was like, wow, look at all these things that you can, it's like, come on, people, you have the most powerful tool humanity's ever been given, and we walk around with it, and all we do is like look at tits on Twitter. So it's like,
Well, I mean, see, that's the problem. Is the kids being there is going to interrupt all that.
I mean, it doesn't have to.
Yeah,
probably should.
That's true. Definitely, probably should.
Sexy boobies. Yeah,
exactly.
It is so amazing to me. Like, like if someone's like, oh, I haven't made blah, blah food. And it's like, because I don't know how to make it. And it's like, there's
the fucking internet, bro. Yeah, no, the whole, like, I don't know what to do with my children when they're going to be home all day when they're normally at school. That's just someone that spends their time, I'm assuming, just fucking off.
Yeah.
And now their fucking off is being interrupted
right.
And they're upset.
Yeah. I mean, my own brother, told my other brother that he was, like, oh, he was talking about like teachers are sending like schoolwork home, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, there's gonna be plenty of parents out there that aren't gonna be able to help or make sure their kids do that homework because they're working 2 jobs. Like, that's bullshit. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong. If the teacher sent home stuff that was like, here's optional learning stuff,
right? Cool.
But if it's mandatory stuff, I'd be like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Like, cause I'm not gonna do that,
Exactly.
But I told my brother, I was like, the only reason he's mad is because, now he's actually gotta, like you said,
Well, you have to spend time with your children. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But you don't, though. Like, how many people's kids have smart devices of some sort, or video games, TV, whatever? Just sit them in front of that and let their brain rot for 3 weeks. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all we're going to be doing anyway.
Yeah.
All of us are just going to be rotting our brains on Netflix anyway.
Oh, don't worry. If the time comes when they go, all right, guys, we're shutting down. You can't come to work. I'm like, I got so many games I could catch up on.
I know, right? I was in GameStop the other night, and one of the guys was like, I just hope they wait until after Animal Crossing comes out to shut everything down. And I'm like, no, dude, you do not need unlimited free time to be playing a game like Animal Crossing. That's just no good. You'll emerge months later with like a beard down to your knees, whether you're male or female, and just like you just woke up out of a coma, or you were Tom Hanks in Castaway, coming back to reality.
Jumanji. What year is it?
Yeah. Yes. Like, oh no, what are you doing? My goodness. I did see there's some internet providers that are lifting data caps because so many people are going to be home.
Wait, is Buckeye doing it?
I haven't heard yet.
If so, Brian.
Oh, if so, I'm all over. I'm going to be downloading everything.
On that shit.
Yeah, I'll be downloading all the things. So I'm just going to basically just be like, internet, download,
Yes, exactly.
Oh, man. It would be nice. I can, catch up on a lot of shows and that I've been slowly pacing out. So, yeah.
You know a show is terrific that I've just been watching lately?
No. Well, maybe.
It's on Netflix there.
Yeah.
It's just called The Repair Shop.
Okay.
And it's such a calming, terrific show.
Is it exactly what it sounds like?
It's a British show.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
And it's exactly what it is. It's just like people bring in their old like antiques and stuff.
Yeah.
And these guys just fix it for them. And it's just so calming to watch.
Fair enough. There's something for that though, right? It's like have you I was describing Animal Crossing to my brother the other night, and I could not have felt any dumber trying to explain the allure of that game to somebody who's never played it. Right?
I mean, as someone who has played it, I get it.
Right. Like Stardew Valley, right? You remember when you were telling me about that? To most people, it's probably like, okay, that sounds pretty boring. And I was like, oh, I need that in my life.
Oh, even I can just chill? Cool.
Yeah. I haven't got it yet, but I'm definitely going to. I keep looking every time I'm in GameStop, but they still are trying to get $20 for it. So.
Yeah, assholes.
It's $15 on the PlayStation Network,
Oh, you mean my anxiety isn't spiking as I'm watching the headquarter capture bar go up, waiting to get shot? Oh yeah, that sounds. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie. I know I talked about that on this before, but there are a lot of those games that I'm noticing that really elevate my anxiety. That I don't know if I could play Hitman the way they want you to play the game.
Oh, like sneaking around all tense and shit.
I don't think I could do it because of that. Even TV shows, I can only watch if a TV show is real tense. I can only watch a little bit of it, and then I have to move on to something else. So,
right,
it's weird. It sucks, but what are you gonna do? That's why I was like, games like Stardew Valley. It's like, yeah, that sounds perfect. Since I don't have a Switch, if I had a Switch, I'd be all about getting that new Animal Crossing. But
yeah, I've considered it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, do I really need this in my life?
Yes. That way, if I ever get one, we can visit each other's cities. Duh.
Oh, yeah, of course. Naturally,
yeah. That's why I said it was so funny as I'm describing this to my brother, and he was like, he's like, what's the point? Like, how do you win? And I'm like, you don't.
Yeah, you just keep playing.
You just keep playing. I was like, it's basically it's simulating life, basically. Just on a different level.
You win by enjoying yourself.
Well, I told him, I said, there's two ways that I always played to win. One was I have to collect all the fish, and the other was I have to pay off Tom Nook because fuck Tom Nook. So, once I paid him off,
fuck Tom Nook, what an evil cunt. Right?
Once I paid him off, I was, basically doing the DX suck it, thing.
I mean, you should have like a Monopoly Man suit on once you pay him off.
I agree, right? Shit. He should retire when you pay him off. That's what should happen in the game. Like, he should retire and his kids should take over. And they should just, every once in a while, like, you have to go visit him for some reason. He's just swimming in, like, swimming pools full of money,
Right. Or he'll just like, Like I had to unfortunately take a loan out a while ago, and it's paid off now, thank God. But I get mailings from this loan company.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, how about you come on back?" It's like, no.
Yeah, right.
So if Tom Nook today just shows up and knocks on your door every once in a while, like, "Hey, buddy, you want to put an extension on your house?" I'm the man to talk to.
Yeah. And you're always like, of course.
Yeah, well, duh. You mean somewhere I can display more of my shit I've collected?
Yeah. That's really all that game teaches you is consumerism, you know?
You're not wrong.
Because it is. It's all about acquiring, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I take that back. You can give gifts and stuff in the game, so, you know.
Yeah, but who does that?
I mean, well, you do, because sometimes you get stuff for giving
Oh,
gifts.
yeah.
You know?
That's true.
Yeah. You don't do it because you're a nice person. You're doing it because it's like, I'm going to get some dumb achievement or something.
Yeah, it's like in the end, it gives you something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, basically like humans.
Fair enough. The one thing I will say about Stardew Valley is when you make friends with people and you give them gifts, it like opens up their storylines, and you learn like there's some shit in that game that's oddly disturbing and dark.
Perfect. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, you know, no spoilers, but I honestly only know this because my daughter, because she's way further in than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because, you know, from all the stuff I've read and whatnot about the game, saying that you're further in the game is kind of funny, you know, because I understand what you're saying, like, because there is a lot of things she's done you just haven't done, but also it feels like there is no such thing as further in the story.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's more like she's like further along in the calendar.
Right.
year.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm still I'm in my first summer, and I think she's already gone for a full year.
Oh, wow. Damn.
You know?
Yeah. Did she at some point, like, can you just be like, fuck it and burn the whole thing down like you can in SimCity?
Oh, I wish. Start the apocalypse happening.
Right. I'll learn these assholes.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. Good times. Good times.
Good, clean fun.
Yeah. So, trying to think. I really haven't done much else this week. I mean, it's been a lot of fighting anxiety, paranoia, whatnot in my own head / other people's heads, you know, trying to help people just be calm about everything. Also trying not to lose my own shit, you know, because
yeah, fair enough.
It's, you know, I haven't been in a situation where everyone's like, you know, or what, because I couldn't take it. Like if I walked into a store and that was the scene, I'd be in bad shape. I'd probably be like, nope, and just walk out. Like I'm just gonna go get a bunch of McDonald's food because it doesn't mold, and I'll just keep it for like 6 months, so I'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't. The closest I came to is we went to Costco on Sunday, and it wasn't bad, but it was bad enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Eesh. Kids these days. So yeah, but that's basically all I've done this week is, you know, just not much because I really don't want to go. I don't really want to go out a whole lot. And actually, this is the part that's really tough for me because I have an inclination to not want to go out anyway.
Right.
So this feeds into, it's weird because like talking with my therapist and stuff about like agoraphobia, it's like, this is a weird time for somebody with that because you don't want to go out anyway because your brain is like, everything out there is evil and dangerous. This allows you confirmation bias. Because right now, everything out there is evil and dangerous.
Yeah.
Not really, but you know what I'm saying. So it's really tough to toe that line because it's like, you know, there are things obviously like if we need something, yes, go out. But it's like otherwise, you know, from this point forward for a while, it's just going to be staying at home, you know.
Well, like this guy's bummed because I was really looking forward to doing trivia again tomorrow.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, and then I was like, yeah probably not a good idea.
Yeah,
and now we can't anyway. So I like that things are being shut down for people because then it stops people from making stupid decisions. You know.
Well, because they will.
Oh, totally. There's like I saw where was it in New Orleans? where they canceled classes. You know, like all the schools are closed, all this kind of stuff. And they showed pictures of lines at the bars for like the college kids, and they were like down and around the block basically.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that if you're going to just allow this, you might as well have classes because,
Or like,
you know,
I mean, if they listen, and I doubt they do, but some friends of ours going to Chicago to party over the weekend.
yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I know I've seen people going to Disney World and going to all and I know the mentality is probably like, well, let's get it in before we can't. But it's like, we all gotta stop this.
Although I will say this, if I was young and didn't really have responsibilities like children and like a mortgage and shit to pay,
Yeah.
travel is so cheap right now that I would probably be out traveling.
Do you know, my biggest fear with that would be that I'd get trapped somewhere.
Right?
You know, that you wouldn't be able to come back. And, you know, that's not necessarily a good thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing either.
You know, because I love to go traveling, and I'm like, you know, fuck it, let's just go. Woo!
Right? Yeah.
You know,
Finally go see Delaware.
System, I'll be fine.
Yeah. But that's actually, you know, and that's a big part of the problem, though, is we've got so many people who are like, oh, I'm not in that risky demographic, I'll be fine. And it's like, not necessarily. And you also don't necessarily know if you have an underlying health condition. So it's...
Or even if you're not fine, what about the people you're in contact
with?
And
like I was saying, if I lived by myself, it would be a little different. But the fact I live with two people in their 70s, my mom has had pneumonia a few times. Jim, you know, just over a year ago had open heart surgery, you know, and has had like issues with his white blood cells or whatever, you know. So it's like I live with two people who this could kill, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not. So I have to start being smarter than that. You know, when you look at it, it's like we're in the age group that's you'll be all right probably, you know, but my doctor calls it pre-diabetic, but diabetic, and I have allergies. So those two things tick me up just a little bit in the list, you know, and it's just not worth the risk, right? Like who the fuck wants the flu?
Yeah.
Like, even if you may not die from it, you still could get those symptoms, and the flu sucks. I don't care what flu it is. It sucks.
Yeah, all flu sucks.
Yeah.
Unless it's the flu for your fireplace.
Right. Right. Like, no one's looking to get flu dumps, you know? Like.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's an extreme weight loss plan right there.
Oh, it works, but yeah, it's horrible. So it's like, it's just time to stay home for a little bit. For anybody who's freaking out and stuff about this, there's a lot of like really like fact-based things out there to go look for. Like read up on flattening the curve.
Fair enough.
Because that's really what the whole shutting everything down does is we're trying to minimize the spread because the hospitals can't possibly take everybody at one time, you know?
Exactly.
And if you think, I'll be fine, go read up on Italy and see how that's gone, you know. So there's, you know, we don't want that. We need to do our part to help the best we can here. So, you know. Anyway.
Although I have seen some of the greatest stuff ever coming out of Italy is like the people on their porches singing and performing music, and the guy on the rooftop doing like aerobics instructions for everybody to come watch him. And
I saw
it was like stuff like that's actually really cool.
Right. So, and that's what I was saying before is like, I think, you know, this kind of scenario is there's going to be some really interesting and fun creativity that comes out of some of this stuff, you know?
Right.
There's also going to be way more podcasts, probably. There's probably going to be...
people are just sitting at home now.
Even more annoying TikTok videos.
Can we talk about one of these real quick?
Yes.
This piece of shit who should be drawn and quartered.
Wow, that was a leap. All right.
Yeah, I'm not even going to throw out her TikTok name.
Okay.
Why promote her?
Okay.
But she is a quote-unquote influencer on TikTok that was doing the quote-unquote coronavirus challenge and TikToked herself licking a plain toilet seat.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're an influencer and you're starting to do a quote-unquote coronavirus challenge, they should just throw her out of the plane.
I agree. Yeah, just wing her right out of the thing.
Yeah, you're not doing anything good on this planet. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
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 This is. I hope she gets it.
Yeah, people like that never do, though. You know what'll be funny is actually it's like one of those things. It's like, okay, even if this wasn't going around, I ain't looking at a toilet seat ever. No,
right.
Like,
Oh God, I just read something else that makes me really want to throw her off a plane.
Okay.
She told Insider, which that's who was reporting on this.
Yeah.
The reason she did it was she was tired of some bullshit or some bitch named Corona getting more publicity than me.
Oh, Jesus.
She then added that hot blondes can recover from anything, so there's no harm done.
Wow. I'd like to test her theory. Once again, let's wing her out of a plane, no parachute, and see if she can recover.
Yeah, hot blondes recover from anything. Good luck.
Yeah. A few thousand feet up, just, and not even like throw her out, but like aim her down as you throw her.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to accelerate the best you can, Fucking people.
All right, so that's enough of that.
Well, like I was saying to somebody in a Twitter group earlier today, I was like, God, if only social distancing could prevent stupidity or protect us from stupidity.
Oh my God, if only. If only.
But no. And actually, that was kind of all the stories I pulled for us to talk about today. Pretty much that's the theme. Is they're either coronavirus related or just the level of stupidity is mind-blowing to me. But I have something to talk about real quick first that I keep forgetting to bring up. Did you see they announced there's going to be a Samurai Jack game coming out this summer?
That's sick.
Now, there's been a Samurai Jack game before, but from what I read about it, it looks like it's like a hack and slash Samurai Jack game. Which,
like if they took the Dynasty Warriors platform and made Samurai Jack,
yeah,
be sick.
I'd be fine with that. Yeah. Where is it? And it looks like the way they animated it. It still has a very like the cartoon feel to it. So
that's nice.
The release window was this summer, which obviously probably going to get pushed back, but
right.
Where is it? The gameplay will combine hack and slash gameplay and allow players to wield a variety of different melee and ranged weapons. So, and
that's awesome.
Takes place before Jack had his final fight with Aku.
Spoilers alert! Jeez.
Well, technically, I mean, like he kind of has his fight with Aku, like in the very first 5 minutes of the show.
In the pilot.
Yeah, he does because he gets thrown forwards in time. But realistically, his final battle with Aku is in the final season.
Yeah,
spoilers.
You haven't even seen my final form,
right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was like, ooh, that could be fun. So
that could be,
and it'll be on like all the things: PC, PS4, Xbox, and Switch. So
nice.
Yeah. So that always makes me happy when I see things are coming out on, any platform I want. That way I can go, what do I have hard drive space on?
Exactly right.
Well, because if it's a co-op game, I have different considerations because you don't have an Xbox. So if it's a co-op game or something we'll play together, potentially it's like, well, I want to get it on PS4, Otherwise, What I've been doing is I've been buying games on Xbox because I had more hard drive space.
Fair enough.
I no longer do, but I did until I can, afford an external. So, or I don't know, maybe, what I should do is sell that in my 360 and put that money aside for whatever the new Xbox is and just buy one of those. But anywho.
Xbox Super Nifty or something like that.
Yeah, Series X, that's what it's called. I couldn't remember.
That's what it is. That's like I know it looks like basically like a dorm fridge.
It does, yeah. I mean, I ain't mad at the cutting load times down though. We'll see what else. I guess they redesigned the controller too. It still looks like the same controller basically, but I guess it's more ergonomic and a new D-pad on it that's supposed to be, I think, more like the what do you call it, the Pro Series controller or whatever.
Oh, right.
You know, the like $150 controller, which is
Yeah.
mind-blowing.
Looney Tunes.
Something I'll probably never own unless it's like a Black Friday. Hey, they're $50, you know?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Okay, maybe. Even then, I'd probably just take it and sell it on eBay, you know? Like,
Hell yeah.
like, whatever. I'll just buy me 4 regular controllers. I don't care.
Right.
You know, it's not like I'm a pro player. I don't need all the special grips and everything. So.
But what if you got them and you're just like, holy shit, I'm so much better now?
That would be funny, right? Like, I'm like, God, I can't snipe worth a damn. I buy the $150 controller and all of a sudden I'm just owning people left and right.
Yeah, exactly. Like, whoa, crazy. Who knew?
Like, wow, this is a performance enhancer for sure.
I had no idea.
Yep, all of a sudden I'm a pro, you know? Senor Delicioso with my own game brand on Twitch, yeah.
I'm just saying, you never know, Brian. Also, by the way, we should start Twitch and stuff. I'm just saying.
I mean, I twitched for a while I was on One Medicine.
You know what I'm saying, you son of a bitch.
I mean, I'm not lying. I did, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we should do that at some point. We'll have to find something to play. Like some Animal Crossing or something. That's what we need to do. Is we need to play.
Fucking sick.
There's our angle. We just play like wholesome games, you know, like real calming type
real
games.
Chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be funny.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of technology, Brian,
Mm-hmm.
we're on episode 450.
True.
I'm not letting the smartwatch thing die.
Oh yeah, right. I
have it right here.
Yeah.
We haven't done anything to get rid of it. I'll have you know, I got this thing like a month ago.
Yeah.
It still has battery life. I've never charged it. That's got to say something about it. Look at it, lights right up.
Yeah, I guess it did, didn't it? All right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still trying to figure out a way to get rid of this thing.
What do you think? Like a 700
I
word?
mean, I'm still trying to figure out a sick ass contest.
A 700 word
amazing piece of technology.
700 word essay on why we're so great.
That would be funny.
Don't ask me why.
I should have everyone just like email me like a pen pal letter, and whoever's going to become my pen pal gets it. I guess it's not a pen pal for email. Oh no, I need actual snail mail.
Oh man, I'm gonna pull the oh shit, what's his name? Oh, I can't think of the writer's name now. There's a comic book writer that does that. He doesn't like you can't email like stuff for the back of the book, like the letters column. You actually have to write letters.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's so like totally old school about it. Damn it, now I gotta look it up.
That's awesome.
Because I want to say it's Brian K. Vaughan, but that doesn't seem right. So I'm currently looking. Tony, entertain everybody.
Yeah, No, I do want to say another thing.
Yeah, it is Brian K. Vaughan.
Big old shout out. It is Brian K. Vaughan?
Yeah, it is Brian K. Vaughan. Yeah.
Well, I want to give a big old shout out to Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks for hitting their 6-year mark.
Like Palm Frites?
Frites, yeah, Frites.
Dark Angels and Pretty Frites.
Dark Angels and Pretty French fries.
Yeah.
Basically.
I'm in.
I mean, I think that should be a meal they should do. I know that God, I can't even talk. Halos and Heathens YouTube channel.
Yeah.
If they made a French fry recipe, they should call it the Dark Angels and Pretty Frites.
Yes.
And if they do that, you for sure need to give us credit, guys.
Yes.
Just saying.
I agree that. Yeah, good call. How many years was it? I didn't catch that part.
6.
6. Okay. That's what I thought. I couldn't remember if it was 6 or 7. Because I knew they were, somewhere near that. So, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, good for them.
Yeah. Yep.
6 years of podcasting isn't always the easiest thing to keep up on.
What are you talking about? We don't. How would we know?
Well, I mean, Brian, we're juggernauts. We're the Cal Ripken of podcasts.
Yeah. You're right.
I'm just saying.
Not known for our power, but reliable. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We go up there swing for contact.
Right. We're good. You know, good. Definitely good in the field.
Oh, so good in the field.
We're good with our gloves. If you catch my drift, I don't know.
Yeah,
what that,
baby.
I have no idea what that means. Yeah. We know how to
Oh, yeah.
flash the leather.
Yeah. But yeah, so shout out to those guys.
Yeah. Indeed. Go check out their podcast, Dark Angels and Pretty Frites.
Yeah, frites.
Every week they just make it's a new French fry recipe.
That would be amazing.
I'd watch that.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a food that kind of sounds like Angles, you know?
Yeah.
So you can have two different foods.
No, nope. Actually, that's their food truck is Dark Angels and Pretty Frites.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
I don't know what the Dark Angels part of it is, but you know, I guess that's just
people. It's how they dress up when they're selling them,
right?
You know,
yeah.
Because they got their little like freaky angel dude, so they can dress up like that, and then they just sell French fries. But only the finest and prettiest of French fries.
Exactly. No ugly frites here.
Yeah, no, that potato has like a fucking little nugget on it that's starting to grow. It's
nope,
right out.
Right out. Yep.
Yep. They don't even cut it off. It just gets thrown in the garbage.
Yep. They open an OnlyFans for frite lovers. Yeah.
Yes. All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah. I agree. And now for something completely different. Yeah.
And now for something completely different. Exactly.
Yeah. So do you have anything else for like the week, or are you ready to jump into stuff?
I'm ready to jump into stuff. I mean, I do want to say,
no time.
I'm not going to confirm anything to our listeners, but we are talking about doing the old live streams again.
Yeah.
So nothing confirmed yet, y'all. Right. But, you know.
Yeah, so while you're
tuned to all of our social medias.
Right.
Because I'm sure we'll post something about it at like 9 in the morning or 3 in the morning.
Oh, I was going to say, or like 10 minutes before we do it.
Or that.
Because we're always so prepared.
We're super prepared. I'll take the soup.
Terrible. Terrible. No, that was McClunky, my friend.
Fair enough.
McClunky. Yeah. Either that or that's the Zoidberg. You know, your joke is bad and you should feel bad. For sure.
I can't help it. I make the joke all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know what I can do.
I know. I understand. It is who you are.
It is who I am.
All right. So you want to go first? Or do you want me to?
Oh, with the random bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, one of them I had was that fucking influencer.
Oh yeah.
That should probably be dragged behind a TARDA. Well, sorry, TARDA's too local. Probably be dragged behind a city bus for about 4.5 miles over gravel and broken glass.
She'll recover from it though,
she'll be fine.
Because I mean, I since I don't know who this is she a pretty blonde?
I mean, you know.
Okay. That's all I need. I was just curious. Because, you know, a lot of people are like, blah, blah, I'm so hot and I'm so pretty. And it's like, no, you're not. But nice try.
It's like, would I? Yeah.
Okay. Even after she licked the toilet seat?
There'd be a lot of aggression involved.
Oh, my. That's how she gets thrown out of the plane.
Exactly.
One good thrust. Like that gif of the dude, like when the girl jumps up on stage and he acts like he's humping her and they just thrust that one time and
swings her into the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what it'd be like.
Yeah, all right.
She'd be like a defective Spartan baby.
Okay. Wow. You're just going to front kick her or axe kick her, whatever it was. I don't even remember now.
Well, I don't really think they did that with babies, but I mean, you could probably.
Why?
Like get like a little like a kickoff tee.
Oh, dude! All right, we need to move on from
Is that what the Spartans do? I don't know.
Yeah, that's how they start every game. You know. Don't kick the baby.
Yeah, bring me one of those bad babies.
Yeah. No, kick the baby.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess I do have a news story that's coronavirus related, so
okay.
I'll start with that one since coronavirus.
Right.
The UK sewage system is in danger of shutting down thanks to quote unquote fat bird clogs because people are using wet wipes and paper towels.
Yeah, I saw something here where somebody posted, I don't remember where it was, there was some like public official or something that was like, please do not put paper towels and non-flushable wipes down your toilets, and even flushable wipes. Like,
Yeah.
if you read the packages, you're only supposed to use one at a time.
Yeah, people, I'm sure, well, this awful British food, I'm sure it's like a mess. So you probably need a gaggle of fucking wet wipes.
Dude, I'm telling you, if it's that bad, just jump in the shower and just hose off, you know? Like, it's just...
They're basically saying, like, hey, if you use this stuff, throw them in the garbage.
Yeah.
Like, don't stop it. Stop.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like, please don't. Like, the systems are not meant for that. Like, those things do not break down the way that toilet paper and the flushable wipes do. Even the flushable wipes, depending on what kind of system you have and where you live, can be iffy. So,
But you know what's breaking down, man? The system itself is breaking down, man.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was going to have the biggest asshole story for the podcast, but I don't know. I think yours rivals it, I think.
I can't wait to hear that.
Well, did you hear about the dude who him and his brother had like 17,000 bottles of hand sanitizer?
I've seen his picture all over the internet.
Hoarded? Yeah. First of all, what kind of fucking idiot in the time of crisis and shortage does an interview where your name is going to be put out there?
Yeah, it was pretty dumb.
How do you not anticipate being doxxed?
Yeah.
Right? Like, as soon as I read this, I'm like, this guy's going to get hurt because he's going to get people like storming with pitchforks and
all up at him.
Yeah, like storming with pitchforks and torches, you know?
Let's be honest, they should.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at him.
This guy.
Yeah. And you know, like I've always sold stuff on the eBays for profits, you know, but I won't.
Yeah.
I would never, like right now, I'm not out looking for hand sanitizer and wipes and all this other kind of stuff for like eBay purposes. First of all, they'll shut you down. They're shutting accounts down, which they
I think
should
is
do.
kind of funny.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't anyway because I don't want to. I wouldn't capitalize on public panic. Also, it's technically illegal. Like, you're really not supposed to be doing this. So, you know, when I saw this story, the first thing I said was like, this guy should donate the rest of it to try to offset the bad publicity, you know, and because he's going to have a hard time selling this unless he's just, you know, Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist selling it or something.
What he could do is figure out who's going to be his best pen pal.
Like, wait, he sends us the 17,000 bottles, you give him the smartwatch.
Yes! Now we're talking. And then, Ryan, then all the Salty Language fans, hand sanitizer for whenever they need it. Whenever they need it.
Well, for a price, of course. I mean.
Well, of course, I mean.
That smartwatch wasn't free. We got to offset costs.
I mean, I don't even have it on here anymore.
Dude.
God damn it! $1 Million Man music is gone.
What a fail! What a fail boat! All right, so anywho, there's an update on this story though. So first of all, this guy said that him and his brother are providing a service because they're making. By, you know, selling bottles for $80 on Amazon, they're making hand sanitizer available to people who couldn't get it.
Oh, what a bunch of just golden gods.
Yeah, right? And it's like, okay, nice try, asshole. You know, same thing with people selling masks and shit. And I've talked with a couple of people who are doctors that have already talked about how at the places they work, they're running low on masks and can't get more right now. So, you know, like, yeah, thanks.
Right.
Anywho, so it, like, just a couple days later, I saw a thing that said that the Attorney General's office decided to have a phone call with this guy and basically tell him that they were going to look into potential prosecution of him for profiteering, essentially.
That'll learn you.
And he said in the New York Times article that he was looking at maybe donating what they had left. And that the only reason he was willing to donate it is because Amazon shut him down. Otherwise, he'd still be selling it for $80 or $100 a bottle.
Well, yeah, of course.
First of all, people out there, I was in 2 stores just a couple nights ago. There was still hand soap. Buy fucking soap. Wash your hands with soap. It's the best thing.
Wait, what is the soap you talk about? Because apparently no one's ever heard of it.
Makes me so angry that people go for hand sanitizer before soap. I understand, like in your car, I get it. You want hand sanitizer because soap's not practical there. But, you know, when you get home from being somewhere, go wash your hands. First thing, go wash your hands. Anyway.
You might find this shocking.
Mm-hmm.
I have soap by my kitchen sink and by my bathroom sink. I don't have hand sanitizer now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm one of those weirdos, apparently.
I have half a bottle of hand sanitizer in the, here. And, we have some of the others because when Jim came home from the hospital after having his open heart, they were basically like, keep hand sanitizer kind of, around and whatever. So we have a little bit because of that. We don't have a lot, but we have a little bit, so.
Right.
But anywho. So the update on this story is after the Attorney General calls this asshole and the guy finally gets back to him. This guy's donated like half of them to a local church and the other half were donated or going to be donated. I didn't catch which, with the help of the Attorney General's office. And in my head, I'm going, man, watch this guy's, and then the Attorney General also was like, just because he donated does not mean he will escape prosecution. And I was like,
yeah, fuck
good.
That guy.
Because these, people need to be prosecuted for this. Again, I understand the whole hustle of looking for things and trying to sell anything you can sell. If there's a premium on eBay, Amazon, whatever, I'm totally on board and I get it. That's free market, right? But I don't not when it comes to I saw people doing this, a couple years ago with Imodium, the anti-diarrhea medicine.
Oh, yeah.
Because the company, there was something like they mislabeled the package or something like that, and they had to recall it because of it. Now, it wasn't anything dangerous, but they had to recall it because, the FDA says, hey, your packaging's not accurate, you have to recall it. So there was a shortage of it, and people like me with IBS were like, fuck, because we couldn't find it,
Right.
And meanwhile, there were people selling it on Amazon for like $40 a bottle, basically, and shit,
Well, of course, Brian. Of course.
But, that is legal because that's not like, a time of crisis or whatever. So, whatever. Anyway, anyone out there, please stop hoarding. If you're listening, just please stop it.
Yeah.
You don't need to. We'll all be okay if we all just calm the fuck down. Read something, what was it, from the New York Times or whatever yesterday that was like, there's plenty of toilet paper if people would quit buying 8 packs of it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, man. Exactly.
And there'd probably be plenty of everything else too if we weren't all freaking out. Now, I get it. We all don't know if at any point they'll be like, hey, you're not allowed to leave your house. We don't know. I get it. But
yeah, I mean, if that happens, part of me will be like, well, I'm going to put on my tactical scarf and no one's going to recognize me.
Right. Well, it's like people are still going to have to get food though. There's still going to have to be ways for this stuff. But anyway, all this aside, this guy and his brother, and the thing is they still made a crap ton of money off of this. So it's,
Right.
Now I don't know if the Attorney General can seize those monies or not, but that would be kind of funny.
How cool
to
would
me.
that be?
Yeah. Like I said, I ain't against hustling. If you find something you can,
but there's a time and a place for it,
right? But not when it comes to public safety and stuff. And you're helping to incite people by this, because I'm sorry, but you can't even go like, well, if I didn't, somebody else would, because it's 17,700 bottles, and that's what he didn't sell. Yeah.
They have a word for this, Brian.
Yeah.
It's of European origin.
Yeah.
Cunt.
Yeah. So I'll have
Just
the link
saying.
to both articles about this in the show notes if you want to read them.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, all right. So what you got? Or you want me to go again?
My next ones they're both pretty sweet, but
Okay.
I think the coolest one I'm going to save for last.
Okay.
So this one's kind of local. I'm not 100% sure where in Michigan this took place.
Yeah.
I should find out. Bath Township. Where the fuck's that at, y'all?
Got me, dude.
So Bath Township, Michigan, which I'm Googling right now. Apparently police seized, quote unquote, the ancient sword of the meth king.
Wait, is that like the Dark Blade or the Dark Saber or whatever the hell that thing's called?
Yeah, I'm not 100%. Well, I mean, there's a picture of it.
Yeah.
So Bath Township is by Lansing.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the capital, Michigan, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Little fucking quizology for you. So yeah, they announced that the seizure of the ancient sword of the Meth King as a toothed blade that apparently is based off an anime, according to the very bottom of the thing.
Oh, okay.
But it says they conducted a traffic stop where they searched the vehicle, and it was a combination of illegal weapons and meth.
Whoops.
So there's like a couple, like what, 1, 2, 3, 4 knives I count, 2 pistol. Well, a pistol looks like an AR, and then the ancient sword of the Meth King.
Mm. Nice.
So they tagged the Caesar's new high point. It's Lord of the Rings meets John Wick, and then the ancient sword of the Meth King. Apparently, it's a replica from the anime Bleach, which I've never watched.
Okay, I've heard of, but never watched either. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a meat cleaver with a katana handle, and then it's got teeth.
Okay. You mean like we have teeth, or like a bread knife has teeth?
Like someone who smokes meth has teeth because there's a lot of gaps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's disturbing. Meth mouth on the sword. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, anything that says the headline is "Ancient Sword of the Meth King seized by Michigan police," I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know,
I'm pulling it up just because I want to see a quick picture.
Yeah, fair enough. I wish they had a picture of the guy.
Yeah, right. Oh,
really
that sword.
see...
Okay, now I know what you're. Okay, I know what you're talking. Yeah, all right. I've seen that.
Yeah,
before.
I would love to see what this guy's all about.
Yeah, like you want his story, right?
I mean, I'm sure, shout out our buddy Big Dev and a bunch of our former enthusiast guests. I'm sure this guy has bought Source Point comics.
Oh, man. How do you know?
I'm just saying.
How do you know that?
Because, they kind of deal with the spooky. If this guy's got that kind of sword.
Okay, yeah.
He also deals in the spooky.
Plus
meth.
Speaking of Source Point.
Oh, yeah?
Comics.
Oh, yeah?
And, we talked earlier about, how this is going to be rough on a lot of people. And I know a lot of people are probably not going to want to spend a bunch of money right now. But
for sure.
Companies like Source Point Press, which, our pal, we're friends with a decent amount of the people that have worked through there. And I've had a few on the enthusiasts, as you said, like Travis and Dev and Casey Pierce and Greg Wright. Am I forgetting anybody? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody.
I think you got them all.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, if I forgot anyone, sorry. But anywho,
apologies.
A lot of, that company makes a lot of its money from cons. And I don't mean cons like this asshole with the, hand sanitizer.
Yeah, like they're playing the lawn game.
Yeah. But I mean, from conventions and stuff. And since a lot of conventions are being canceled, it's really going to put the clamps on them, which is a real, again,
clamps.
It's a shame across the board. Everybody's hurting, blah, blah. We all get that,
For sure.
But like a company like this, they're smaller. They're on the rise. It seems like they've been doing some really good things the last couple years. So, this is going to be a huge setback. So if you're looking maybe for some of the funny books, digital or regular, head on over to, I don't remember if you can get their books through Source Point Press, like the digital ones or not. Do you know? Or
I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to say maybe.
Nailed it.
I mean, I think you can, but
right. I'm pulling up their website right now. But anyway,
that would be the best move because we're over here like, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. They have a shop. It looks like you can get their stuff through Drive-Thru Comics or Comixology or through their store. Also, potentially through your local comic store, but we understand it may not be an issue or possible right now. Anyway, head over to sourcepointpress.com and try to help out some of the little guys.
I mean, fuck yeah, there, guy.
Yeah, they got a lot of great good stuff going on over there. So definitely go have a look-see over there. But that was completely not. I had not planned to do that. You just kind of led me into it. So.
Well, there you go. See how amazing I am, guys?
Yeah.
Goddamn incredible.
Yeah.
Not even playing that shit. That's enough of that. Yeah, that's all I got for the Meth King, though.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with this story then next, I guess, because the Meth King really kind of fits. Oh, nope, that's the wrong story. Whoopsie daisy. Where is it? There it is. All right, so this is from HuffPo. This article, the headline on this is suspected car thief tells police she's Beyonce Knowles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I forgot. I'm going to send you the link real quick here.
All right.
Maybe. If Skype lets me.
It won't, because it hates us.
Yeah, it sure does. Because, of course, there's a mugshot. And, of course, you know, I need your reaction to the mugshot. So I'm going to read the story real quick first, though. And says, you know, she was arrested after an officer spotted a vehicle that resembled one that had recently been reported stolen. Stolen. According to court documents, the 48-year-old woman ignored the officer's orders to pull over and later parked in front of her home. She told the officer that she was Beyonce. Police also reported that she told the officer she found the keys in the vehicle and decided to take it for a joyride. She also allegedly told police she didn't stop driving when she saw the emergency lights because she didn't feel like it. So,
as Beyonce does.
Right. Now, if you looked at the picture...
I'm convinced, Brian.
Right? For those who are currently not looking at it, she doesn't look anything at all like Beyonce.
I mean, I'm pretty sure after about 43 cocktails and in a dark room...
Let's just say this. You could take Beyonce's Bat from the Lemonade video and beat the hell out of her for hours and she wouldn't look like this woman.
I'm not sure if she looks like Beyonce's great-great-grandma.
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Oof.
Right.
Oof.
So, and surprisingly enough, the police did not fall for her story. They realized that she was not, in fact, Beyonce.
They didn't just let her go because clearly Beyonce?
Yeah, no, apparently not. So
that's so weird.
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, because I'm looking at the picture,
and you're saying Beyonce.
Yeah, and once I cleared out the little bit of bile that built up, I was like, maybe.
Yeah. No, not even remotely close.
No.
I would love to see the dash cam or the body cam of the police officer when she told them that, because I'd love to hear their reaction. I just love to hear, it's just footage from the car. You just see two cops just fall to the ground and rolling around laughing. You know?
It's either that or it was met with this.
Yeah. Lady, you're the McClunky version of Beyonce.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
Yeah.
If you could if McClunky had an avatar on Earth, it's her.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? You know why I pulled you over? I was doing 55 in a 54. Yeah. Terrible. All right. So moving on to the next one. Back to coronavirus.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. This one, man, I tell you what. So, there was a church in South Korea.
All right.
That they felt that salt water inside the mouths of their followers would prevent the spread of coronavirus.
I mean, it sounds legit, Brian.
Yeah.
Is this science I hear?
Obviously, yeah.
What?
So...
Fuck. That my stupid
dude. You're
stupid.
Just, what are you? Do I have to bring Heno back on here?
You know when you go to hit a button and the whole screen just changes.
God,
pretty exciting stuff.
Man, I miss competent board work. So this church, they were spraying their congregation with in the mouth. With these, with this bottle of salt water, they didn't so much disinfect the nozzle. in between people.
Shocking.
So 46 churchgoers got infected.
What a bunch of assholes.
Right?
Where is your God now?
Now, here's the thing, though, too, right?
Yes.
This was during a prayer gathering attended by about 100 followers.
Oh, okay.
Out of 146 got infected, right? Just for those who know, like, from what I read before, this may not be, accurate, because things change in this. The last time I saw it was like, what is it, like 3 people is the spread radius per one person, I think, for this.
Right.
So at that rate, it would be a little different, So I was like, geez.
I mean,
on the upside, the pastor and his wife got it. So
it sounds like it didn't work.
yeah. Yeah.
That's shocking.
I know. You would have thought.
Wait. Did they drop a prayer on the salt water first?
Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. And there's some pictures in there of them, spraying the people.
What a bunch of asshats.
Yeah. Right? Like I said, self-distancing can't save us from the stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
And I got to say, it's like I hate, like, I love these stories, but I also hate them because that means that 46 people got infected by this shit that shouldn't have, But
right.
Also, again, like you've said countless times, these are the kind of people that, in the old days would be eaten by wolves. So,
yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's time to bring
Quick,
the wolves
hit me
back.
with the salt water. The wolves are coming.
Yeah.
Now they're just well seasoned.
Yeah. The wolves are like, woo, marinade.
Oh, this is delicious. Have you had these
Yeah.
guys? It's
No.
so good.
Come here, you gotta try this.
Yeah, seriously, guys.
Who doesn't love some well marinated South Korean barbecue?
Right?
Don't ask me how the wolves know how to use fire. I'm not a wolf expert, a wolfologist, if you will.
I'm pretty sure that's what they're called.
Yeah, wolfologist. Yeah.
Yeah, the old wolfologist.
The old wolfologist, yeah. All right. So the next one, and this pisses me off because I've seen a couple of these type of posts, is that in different like places, like different arcades and whatever, some of the people who stock them have removed the normal teddy bears and bullshit that you could get out of the crane machines.
Oh God, yeah, I saw this.
And fucking put sanitizing wipes, toilet paper, hand sanitizer in them. And all I can say is every one of them, I hope a brick gets thrown through there and someone steals all of it.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Because once again, it's bullshit this isn't funny. We have people who literally need some of this stuff, because they have compromised, or, I read a story about a guy who has, nurses come in and they use the hand sanitizer or wash their hands or whatever because he has a tube that goes into his throat. And he basically, they have to make sure that's clean because he has a compromised immune system. If it isn't, they literally could put something in him that could kill him,
Right.
And it's like, to...
Oh, God, the corona.
Jesus. So, most people, it's no big deal, but to him, it could be life-threatening, So it's like, it just pisses me off. Again, this is, capitalizing on hardship, and it'd
Right.
be like, oh, hey, you know what else? Let's throw some ramen in there. Why not? Let's put some eggs and milk in one, It's like, come on. Like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
This kind of shit shouldn't even be illegal.
Assholes, Brian.
Yeah.
Assholes.
Yep. Exactly. Why am I surrounded by freaking assholes?
Exactly. Now, I do have some on a positive note.
Okay. Good.
I got one last thing here
Okay.
for myself.
Okay.
So, granted, Animal Crossing is coming out this month.
Right. Soon. Like in a few days.
In a few days. On the
20th.
same day, Doom Eternal's dropping.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of ads for it.
Do you know what they're doing for the soundtrack, Brian?
Is this the part where I announced that I actually did the soundtrack?
That would be amazing.
No, it wouldn't. Trust me.
So what the guys behind the music in this, for Doom did is they put out a casting call and they put together a heavy metal choir.
Oh, really?
So it's and you can, on the link I have here, it gives you a link to a video where you can hear like 30 seconds of the soundtrack, but they go over talking about how they put out this casting call, and like a dude from a Static X is in the choir, another metal band, Aborted, of course, Black Crown Initiate. So, but legit metal bands. Yeah, I think it's like 30 some people all came together for this metal choir that's part of the soundtrack.
So it's like, we are the world.
Yeah, basically, but all metal.
By the way, now I really want there to be an all
an all metal. We are the world. Hands across America, or devil horns across America.
Yeah, right, something like that. Well, we can't touch because elbow bumps across America.
Just horns. Everyone just puts up the horns.
Okay, I can live with that.
Horns across America.
The elbow bump's stupid anyway, so.
It is stupid.
Just wave at people.
Yeah, there's a massive part of me that really wants to pick up Doom Eternal as well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do too. I feel like that's one of those games that might be a $30 pickup for sure.
Yeah, right.
Or $40.
If I'm quarantined, might be a digital download.
That's fair. Yeah.
That I'll probably get to play by the time the quarantine's over.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty sick, bro.
Yeah. I like that. That was really cool. That game looks pretty badass too. So,
for sure.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of when I saw you post, what was it?
Everything was on sale on the Switch.
That's what it was. It wasn't just the Switch. I think it was across the platforms. The Doom collection was on sale.
Oh, nice. It was like I got I basically bought Doom 1 and Doom 2 for like about $350 altogether.
Wow. Yeah, that's all right.
I'm like, how could I not?
Right. Agreed.
You know how much I played Doom 2 when we were growing up? Jesus Christ.
Not at all. Yeah.
I basically lived it.
Yeah. Yeah. Doom 2 was to you what Wolfenstein was to me.
Yeah, there you go.
I played Wolfenstein like a maniac. So I hear you. All right. So here's the last story I got.
All right.
The title of it: Coronavirus is causing monkey wars in Thailand.
I mean, did you say Monkey Wars?
I said Monkey Wars.
I don't have a soundtrack for that. I could drop the Moon Wars one, I guess.
And it's not the same. This one's way more chaotic.
I mean,
and probably less.
I got nothing.
No, and this one's probably less lopsided than our grubbing of, what were they called again? Oh, Graphic Novice. Yeah.
I mean, once you lose the Moon Wars, I don't know what to tell you. You're just forgotten in history.
Yeah. Well, they went away. I mean, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
If they were still around fighting the good fight, I mean,
If you ever want to listen to their show, there's only 2 good episodes. There's Tony's episode and then their best episode, the one that I was on. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. It's nice to be on the leaderboard.
Yeah. In fairness, I wouldn't. I love those guys, but I feel like that it'd be tough to go back and listen to them. I don't think the shows are going to hold up given the comic book talk and stuff. Unless you're 5 years behind in comics like I am, then maybe.
Yeah, I would be all in because I haven't read comics.
I was just going to say, actually, maybe it would hold up. Never mind. Anyway, moving on. So basically, because of the coronavirus, there's a drop in tourism in Thailand, and it's not only shuttered small and large businesses, but it's affecting wildlife attractions that were dependent on tourist money and food.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So this one place they mentioned that I can't pronounce says with tourists staying home, the monkey population has had to be was reliant on tourists feeding them, has now been forced to battle it out for dwindling resources. It's Monkey Thunderdome, my friend.
Oh my God, Monkey Thunderdome.
Which I believe is going to be the title of this episode.
Yeah, that's a fine ass title.
Yeah. But yeah, these monkeys are literally, there's not enough. I mean, it's sad because there's not enough, they're having a hard time finding food. Now,
Right.
part of me does wonder also, it's like, you know how like if you feed like a stray cat or something like that, like you wonder how much they actually bother to look for their own food if they know you're going to keep feeding them,
Right.
Like, so I wonder if that could be the case with these as well, is that they're just not as equipped to find their own food because people are constantly giving them food, Like us as humans, right? Like if all of a sudden there were no more grocery stores and we had to go hunt, there'd be a huge amount of the population that would just die off because we have no clue. We have no skills. We have no idea what we're doing,
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's sad though.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, you're not wrong because it's like the monkeys are like, wait a minute, we're used to getting like Twinkies and shit thrown at our face or whatever. Now we're not. It's time to go to war.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What?
Just got a new statement from the governor.
Uh-oh.
The polls are going to be closed tomorrow due to a health emergency.
Oh, they finally, Tony and I were just talking about this because, for those who know, the Ohio primary we're recording on Monday night. The Ohio primary is Tuesday. And as of before we started recording, someone had tried to shut the polls down and a judge, threw that out. So it basically took an act by the governor, I'm guessing, to be like, no, this is really not smart because people could just standing in line for hours on end. Please, that's brilliant during a time of potential infection.
Yeah, exactly right.
Ay caramba. Oh man.
Boy.
Yeah. But what can you do, right? All right. Well, I think that's what I got for.
That's what I got too, man.
All right. Well, let's move into the thing with the musics, I guess, right?
Gotta go with the music.
Or do you want to do Q the W's this week? Well, we have to do the recap either way, but
I don't know how I feel like we've been going pretty long, haven't we? Or not
no,
really?
we still got a little bit of time.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
We got a little bit of time. I mean, obviously, like I said, we still have to do recap.
Yeah. Well, why don't we do a Q to W just because it's our 450? It's kind of like an old school thing. We're doing news stories. Feels a little old school.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
Yeah.
If my dang page would load here. Do you have any over on the Facebooks?
I do have a couple on the Facebook Instagrams, and I think Garrett dropped his in our Kick group. Or not Kick group, my bad. Our Twitter group.
Uh-oh.
Now it's taking forever to load. Of course. Why would it?
Right.
I had it pulled up, and now it's being a twatter.
Of course. All right, Brian, quit trying to look at NFL free agency.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So we asked, what's a song that you would listen to on repeat?
Right.
We pull up the Q to W, or song Q to W, so we can add some songs to it. Mm-hmm. Jeff from Obi, he says the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Is that a like timely reference or something here? I mean,
I don't know. I just would not expect a little Gordon Lightfoot on this list, but there you go.
Either. I know that has nothing to do with it, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Michelle, she says Fuel, and then she hobied it by adding Fuel by Metallica, of course.
Yeah.
And then she hobied it by adding Black Number One by Typo Negative.
Oh, nice. I dig that song.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could listen to it on repeat, but I could definitely listen to it a few times.
That's a good tune.
Mm-hmm.
Good tune.
Dude, I swear somebody answered it.
And then our homie Philip says Cocaine Jesus by Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
I enjoy that name at least.
Yeah. See if that says, yep, it is definitely in the Spotify.
Huzzah!
And that's all I got on Face page, man.
What? You were supposed to have more than that.
And then, then not Beyonce said.
Nice. Oh, here we go. Actually, Garrett, responded on the Twitters because I forgot to post the thing on Twitter apparently.
I know I just saw a pop-up as a Twitter notification on my phone at some point.
Of course I did. Yeah, he said that he forgot or I forgot to post it. So his answer is the NES DuckTales game Moon Theme remade by Laura Platt Music, or at Laura Platt Music on Twitter. Sorry. He said he listens to it all the time. It always fixes his mood. You
said the Moon theme, right?
It's called The Moon from DuckTales Orchestral Remix.
I mean, I have The Moon. I don't know if this is the right one, but I'm going to add it to our playlist because it says The Moon.
There is a YouTube link from his post as well. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I'm scrolling through the notifications because when I look, the other show up. All right. Yeah, that was last week. So okay, so that's what I got on Twitter. Let's go over to the emails real fast here, or at blazing slow speeds, as I'm used to.
Blazing.
It's got too much open. I need a really powerful computer. Anybody
like
out
a
there?
supercomputer?
Yeah, anyone out there want to build me a really powerful computer for podcasting? Shoot, where'd it go? Curses. Okay, so Fluffy Bunny Ash says her answer would be You Should See Me in a Crown by Billie Eilish.
All right.
That song is such an earworm for me. Like, if I listen to it, I can't get out of my damn head for a month. All right. Of course, Gmail is like, right now, so.
Of course it is.
Of course. Okay, there we go. All right, so Cheeto Bandito says it's kind of dependent on mood. Said, I guess sometimes it might be Thunderstruck by AC/DC, or maybe War Pigs by Black Sabbath. It might be Santeria by Sublime, or possibly Drivin' Rain by Government Mule. I don't know, guys. You pick one.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait.
I mean.
And Hobie pick, he puts in parentheses. Yeah, I know. Porch by Pearl Jam. And he says for this, he really likes the MTV Unplugged version, but he's not sure if it's on Spotify.
I did not see that, but I will look. Just in case.
So, boom.
Negative Ghost Rider. As for the 4 he picked up, they're all excellent songs. I, for one, could listen to Santeria a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Brian?
I mean, I love War Pigs by Sabbath. I could listen to that a few times. And Santeria I can listen to, but like you said, I'm kind of over the AC/DC part of my life, I think.
I still enjoy them, but I can't listen to them on a loop.
No. In fact, I don't even want to listen to like a whole album of theirs. Like I hear one song and I'm good for I need something else in the meantime.
You got your taste.
Yeah. Porch by Pearl Jam's a good pick though. I dig that. That's a nice.
I'll tell you what. I'll add Santeria and War Pig.
Well, you just add all of them if you want. Go for it.
Nah, we can't get too crazy. Then we're gonna have people adding like 6 songs a week.
Yeah,
Brian.
You're right. Well, we only have like 2 people answering, so it's fine.
We're doing all right.
I know. I'm just shitting on it. All right. So now I got to find the damn link to the thing I had with the whatnot. I hate how you've already got pages loaded, but then when you click onto the tab, it has to reload the page. It's like,
yeah, I know.
I did not ask for that. Dang it. Now I got to find the one I had picked too. Son of a bitch. Sorry, this has just gone off the rails now. Here's one I think is interesting.
Yes, sir.
This is from like Ask Reddit. I mean, it's no secret where we get this stuff. This one is people who grew up poor. What did you used to think was normal? Do you have an answer for that one? I was trying to think if I have something that like we thought was normal, and then when you realize it isn't, you know.
Let me think here. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good question, but I can't. I was trying to think. It's like I don't really feel like we did anything that was that weird, or not even weird. But
probably the one that stands out for me is like a dessert I would have as a kid would be just butter on white bread with sugar.
Yeah.
And when I found out that wasn't like a dessert that other people had, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good one, actually. That's really good. Damn, I was trying to think if I have anything like that, and I don't really. The one thing I can think of a little bit is I know people who didn't grow up poor, like who never had meatloaf.
Right.
And I always thought that was the weirdest thing because, we have meatloaf regularly, type of a deal.
Shit, I still do.
Yeah, right? So it's like...
I love meatloaf.
Speaking of, I got something to tell you about for meatloaf. Remind me after the show.
All right.
No.
Wow.
Anyway, so... Yeah, it's probably to me more stuff like that, because I think I also fully understood kind of where we were, money wise. So the only other thing I could think of really is something that I mentioned earlier in the show is that there were times when we'd go to the store and my parents would grab like 2 giant things of toilet paper or 3, and I'm like, why are we getting so much toilet paper? And then you find out later that it's simply because we don't know if we'll have money when we need it. We know we have money right now, so that I kind of learned at a young age and is stuck with me. And, and honestly, I think it's a good thing to learn because it's not going stupid. I'm not,
right.
It's not like blowing a whole paycheck on toilet paper.
Right.
So, I love this one. Real quick. If you release an unflushable monstrosity at your place of work, what's the correct course of action?
Like where I work, there's all kinds of stalls, so it's kind of like a meh.
Yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with, are you alone in the bathroom?
Yeah, fair enough.
Because if you're alone, I think you just sneak out of there, especially if there's multiple stalls. Because you can be like, I didn't even use that one. Until someone's like, this is the only warm seat.
Yeah, we've done our forensics.
Shit.
I gotta say, if someone is testing the warmth of a toilet seat when there's a goddamn anaconda in there,
right?
Then they deserve to know the truth,
or to get bit. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Right. All right. Dang it. Oh, here's so one more quick one here, and then I finally found the one I was wanting before. What video game sound effects will forever be stuck in your head? For me, it's anything from Mario, basically. The sound of
that's pretty accurate.
The jump sound, hitting a coin block, those ones stick out probably more than anything else will to me.
You said sound effects or soundtrack?
Yeah, sound effects.
Sound effects.
Right.
I mean, for me, it's also like honestly, it's Doom.
Yeah.
Because I'll hear the sounds in other things.
Right.
And I know immediately where that sound came from.
Oh yeah, okay. So
like the doors opening and like the clicking of the switches and shit,
right. The ones I think that like for our own sake would be, when the old Foo-Flaffa joke or whatever from Wolfenstein.
Yeah, right.
And the guy says like Foo-Flaffa and I'm like Foo-Flaffa this, and then I realize that I am seriously outgunned.
Yeah, for sure you're gonna die.
I am gonna die, yeah. And then also Mortal Kombat, right? Like finish him or toasty.
Oh, yeah.
They're not really sound effects necessarily, but those things
sound moments.
Yeah, those will always stand out in my head. There was one more and I can't think of what the hell it was.
Or every time I turned on my Sega.
Right.
Or not turned on, I'm sorry, when you put in a Sega game.
Yeah.
Or the GameCube,
Yep. Even the now the PlayStation has, the Xbox does too when you start it up, but that one I would probably forget because I haven't had it as ingrained in my head as the PlayStation startup noise.
Right.
Or not the startup noise, but after the beep of the controller coming on. Damn it, I can't remember what there was another one I was going to say from our youth and I can't remember what it was. Anyway, but well, obviously, going back to Mortal Kombat. Get over here!
The sound of quarters going into an arcade machine.
Yeah, right? Seriously. So actually, I'm going to make that one. I'm going to do 2 Q of the W's this week, like official ones. You feel free to answer any of these, folks, if you'd like to. But the one I wanted to go with was this. What is something that you hated learning, but ultimately glad you did?
Oh, man. I don't really know this one. Because I really like learning new shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
God, this is a rough one here. Something I hated learning, but then I'm glad I know how to do it.
Like, I could see people answering stuff like maybe like learning to play an instrument, like piano or something, where like their parents forced them to do it, you know?
Right.
But then they were, after a while, kind of found some enjoyment in it, you know? Man, I know I'm the same way though. It's like, what have I learned that I hated learning?
Yeah, I don't know if I got a good answer for this one.
Yeah, because I'm like you. Like, I really did grow up with a real, like, thirst for knowledge. You know, I was always like, you know, do you know,
This
honestly,
might be one I have to answer next week.
Okay, I can give an answer for this because I am not a handyman, works on cars type of person. It's never been my gimmick. So when my dad taught me stuff like how to check your oil, how to change a tire, I hated that stuff.
Right.
But I'm also very glad I know how to do it because I have had to change tires for people, you know, and I have checked oil and shown others how to check oil and whatnot, you know. So I'm glad he taught me those things, but I really hated it because I was just like, at the time, you know, like,
yeah, not interested.
Yeah, right. You know, so that's the best I can come up with because I can't really, other than that, you know, because even like cooking and stuff, you know, I always immediately took to like, ooh, yeah, teach me how to do this, you know, and
yeah, for sure, right?
Stuff. So, yeah, otherwise it probably, my thing would, you know, cause the glad you learned it kind of part is the part that's the tough thing. Cause if it was just something I hated learning, I could come up with a few things. But then also being glad you learned it, that's the problem. Cause I hated, you know, in music class in school when we had to play this stupid recorder.
Right.
Hated that, right? But not glad I learned it. Like, I couldn't pick one up now and do anything but make stupid, you know, terrible noises with it. I don't even remember.
You should totally do that.
Yeah, right? There's my Twitch channel.
Brian's recorder follies.
Yeah. Ugh. So, yeah, that's the best I can come up with. So, all right. Well,
I'll have to answer that next week because that's a real tough one. I'm gonna have to really think on that one.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, anyone listening has that advantage over us, you know, when we're generally when I'm just randomly pulling these here. So, all right. Well, there you go. So the official questions are, first of all, what video game sound effects will forever be stuck in your head? And the other one is, what is something you hated learning, but ultimately glad you did? You know, I'm going to ask like my mom that one too, because I'm curious. I'm curious about different generations than us, maybe. You know? Yeah. So yeah. So there you go. There's our questions of the week. So yeah, we're gonna skip the song question of the week for this week, and you know, we'll see. You know, maybe we'll mix it up and go every other or something, or we'll figure it out. Because I kind of miss doing these. I like the conversations these start, so a little bit. So there you go. I guess that's all then, right? I got nothing else.
I believe so. I'm about spent myself.
All right. Well then, head over to saltylanguage.com, click all the links, check out all the enthusiast episodes that we've done. You know, check out all our past episodes. They're all available through there. You know, no paywall yet. No. I kid. You know, so go check those things out. If you want to contact the show, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Tsunami.
You can find me at Monotony. And of course, we are on the Instas and the Faces and the Twitters and the Snaps, and we're all over the place. Just go to saltylanguage.com for all the social media links.
Right. And, yeah, so I guess that's all the links, the things, I'm sure. Before I get into the stuff we do at the very end, one last thing is, again, try to stay calm. Try to find some things to keep you distracted. Don't sit and watch the news all the time. And I guess, shameless plug, because I might as well.
You might as well.
If you are looking for, ways to maybe stay calm during this situation, go check out the newest, won't be the newest, but the Crazy Life episode, that I titled Anxiety and Coronavirus. We talk about, the kind of some stuff from an article there. And I thought it was a pretty decent episode. So go check that out. And, be kind to one another. Stop the hoarding. Stop acting like maniacs. Like,
be excellent to each other.
Yes, we'll get through it. Slowly, scarily. This. We all know there's a lot of scary stuff. Probably, especially those of us in the U.S., there's probably a lot of scary times coming for a few months.
Oh, for sure.
So,
I myself try to make a fine mixture of being concerned, but at the same time, not giving a fuck.
Right.
Like, basically, like I walk through life anyway.
Right. But, one last thing is, again, make sure you're, aware that this doesn't just affect you. It can affect other people that you go around. So, try to minimize your risks. Again, go check out read up on flattening the curve. And, I think the Washington Post or somebody just had a really good article about like why these things work really well as far as, to minimize risks and whatnot. So, just look up some things like that to read and try not to just sit and watch the news. That's like the worst thing you can do because you're just going to, hyper focus on what's going on.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Do that. Find podcasts that, have dick and fart jokes or whatever, keeps you entertained and distracted. And of course, have a beer and you'll be fine.
Stay the saltiest of salty.
And
but not like church salt water. Don't do that.
No, definitely don't do that. Yeah, that's the wrong kind of salty.
No. Hard pass on that one.
Hard pass for sure. And oh man, I'm gonna pull an old TV show reference here. Say, let's be safe out there.
Oh, very nice.
For anyone who doesn't know, it's from Hill Street Blues from the 80s.
I'm also going to throw out E-Local.
Yeah, right. As long as you can.
Yes.
Hurry! No, I'm kidding.